Dear students, welcome to the orientation session for the FR exam. It's a very important and challenging exam. My name is Danish and I will be your tutor. I will be taking the live sessions. I will be providing the WhatsApp support on the group, and I will also be marking your assignments. Okay, so we have specific section for assignments. And so let's see what sort of challenges we are expected to face while we study this important exam. Financial reporting exam sits in between. Like, it means that first of all, you had the financial accounting, the basic exam, the F3. Most of you know, most of you might know it as FA or FFA. It's the same exam. And the financial reporting, the FR exam, or some people might know it as F7, is the progression of financial accounting. Okay, and after that, the next level is your SBR, that is the strategic business reporting, and the content that you're going to learn in this at this level will be useful for the next exam. Okay, so this was just a brief introduction. I would just like to share my screen to show you the slides which we're going to use during this orientation session. Okay, so I have been working hard on developing a really nice content for you, so that you have good awareness of what sort of service you expect from us. Okay, so here is the title. It's very important. ACCA FR success. Like many students who have been successful while studying with Vertex, you are going to be one of them, and I expect you people to score very well, because our students frequently score very high. Okay, so let's see. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. As I've just told, my name is Danish. I have been teaching since June 2006, and I have been the faculty for Vertex since 2023. Okay, and my best result so far has been this brilliant student, Saqib Qayyum, who scored an outstanding and unbelievable 97. Okay, so Saqib Qayyum has been our star student, and I wonder how he left those 3 marks. Okay, so he was a great student, and the outcome of his or whatever was his secret is that he told the other fellow students back in his session while he scored this phenomenal 97%. He told the students that he practiced each and every source that that was available to him. He practiced BPP, he practiced Kaplan, he practiced the VLS questions, he practiced the ACCA Hub questions. So he said that I did not leave anything. I practiced a lot. Okay, so he put in a lot of effort, and the reward was phenomenal. 97%, unbelievable score. Okay, so the point of sharing this thing is that you people can also do this, and you are also the part of Vertex, and you have the capability. Okay, and let's see what we are going to give you to make sure that you score very high. Okay, so you can say the bar is already set very high. Okay, so I expect you people to work hard, and you will see that from my side the support is going to be at equal level. So if we clap like this, like your effort and my effort, and you will be able to score very well in the exam. Okay, so let's see what sort of like details we are going to discuss for the FR exam, and then the support. So let's understand how we start this exam. Let's just clear the drawings first. Okay, so you see this exam is a huge shift in the levels. Like, from the basic double entry, we are going to take you to the complicated group accounts. When it comes to accounting, when it comes to reporting, you will see that the double entry will be everywhere. In every topic, you will have to see double entry. And if you have a good understanding of how the double entry works, you will see that you will be comfortable in all aspects of this exam. Okay. So this is not just about learning the standards. It is about application. And I would say it's not about memorization. It is about applying. It is about doing question practice and understanding the gist of it. Okay. A lot of students would just try to learn things. Okay. That's not the right approach. The best approach is to understand why a certain standard exists. What is the reason for it? Why did the IFRS had to introduce a new standard? Okay. So when you understand the rationale behind the standard, then you can apply it effectively. Okay. So never try to learn things, always try to understand things, and you will see that it will become easy and it will become enjoyable. Okay. Because you see, you people are going to be the accountants, you people are going to be the decision makers, and if you have deeper understanding, you will be able to make good financial statements which are going to support the users. Okay, so understanding the practical application of the accounting standard earns you immediate credibility and respect as an accountant. When you go in any firm and you have deep understanding of the accounting standards, you will see that you will get a lot of respect and your progress will be unmatched. Okay, you will progress smoothly in the real life. Okay, so let's see what else do we have. So we have this format of the exam, like all the skills level exam. It's a 3-hour challenge and you have to attempt the 100 marks. So it's very important that you attempt the whole 100 marks, okay? Because you see, you have to score 50% to achieve the pass mark. So you see, if you do not attempt the 100% exam, then you're, for example, you have attempted like 60% or 70%, you are actually trying to get your 50% passing marks from the 70% that you have attempted or from the 60% that you have attempted. Okay. So the first challenge is to secure the 50% and then make sure that you earn the extra marks that makes you climb the upper ladder, like the 80%, the 90%. Okay. So the first target is to get passed from this exam. And like all the ACCA exams, there are 3 sections. Section A will have questions from any area of the syllabus. So no selective study. And you will have 15 questions. Each question will carry 2 marks. And then there is your section B. It is going to be 15 questions, but those 15 questions will be divided into 3 parts, like one scenario, 5 questions, another scenario, another 5 questions, and the third scenario, another 5 questions. So in total, it's going to be 3 scenario, 5 questions per scenario. Overall, it's going to be 15 questions, 2 marks each question. And but here you need to have an understanding of the scenario to attempt the question properly. So this is your major chunk of the exam, 60 marks, section A and section B. So if you look at this section A and section B, and if you do very well in your section A and section B, you can get maximum marks out of these 2 sections, and then you will have very few marks to be scored for securing your pass 50%. Okay. Obviously, if you are well prepared, then you can get maximum out of your section A and B, and you can also score well in this section C. Now, these are all computer marked. These are MCQ style. So you just take the right option and that is accepted as the right. But when it comes to section C is the 40 marks. Okay. So those 40 marks are divided into 2 questions. And there are 3 specific areas which are frequently tested. Number 1 is the group accounts. The second one is the interpretation. And the third one is the financial statements, the individual financial statements. Okay. Like you can be required to make the consolidated statement of profit and loss, consolidated statement of financial position that may involve associates, and the third one is the second one rather is the interpretation, and the third one is you might also have the individual financial statements. Okay, so these are two questions, and these are these specific topics. We're going to look at those topics in detail in the upcoming slide. Okay, but this area, this section C, holds 40% marks. The important thing is that it is human marked. You're going to make proper formats. For this, you need to have really good understanding and grip on how to use Excel and how to present your workings. Because you see, this is not the MCQ. You have to show proper workings to earn your marks, okay? So you have to follow a good structure and you have to support your answers with your workings. And they say workings earn you marks, okay? So this is also very critical, okay? And if you are organized and you are structured, you can easily secure a lot of marks here because there is a format. And if you do the format right, you see 75 to 80% questions are similar, okay? It's only the 15 to 20% that are a bit of a complicated stuff, okay? So you can earn a lot of marks if you have planned your answer well, if you have structured it well. So section C is not that difficult. Section C is actually easy marks because there is a set pattern of consolidations. There is a set pattern for interpretations, how to approach the interpretation questions, and so on. We're going to look at those in the upcoming slide. Okay. So I hope you have got some good idea of like what are the total marks, what is the total time available, how those marks are divided. And in the upcoming slide, we're going to look at how we are going to allocate the time smartly so that we attempt the 100% exam. Okay, so let's see. So looking at the next one. Okay, so we have had the discussion about section A and section B, that section A and section B can be from any area of the syllabus and you cannot do selective studying. Now the heavy lifters, okay, the section C, okay, which I've discussed some bits in the previous slide, but now you see these are the three core areas. Number one is the interpretation questions, and the second is the group accounts, and the third one you can also be tested with the individual financial statements. So usually it is group accounts and interpretations, but you can always have the individual financial statements. Okay. Now the important thing here is that you see the AI is in full flow. Everyone is using AI. The businesses, the companies are also using AI. So now what is the role of the accountant? If the computers can do everything, if they can do all the calculations, all the the clerical stuff of adding up things. So what is the role of the accountants now? Now, due to these things, the interpretation has become the core area, okay, because it is your ability to explain the situation, okay. So the number crunching, calculating the ratios is not a problem, okay, and it has never been a problem. If you see the marks, the examiner would allocate 5 marks, 6 marks, 4 marks to the calculation of ratios, or maybe 8 marks. The bigger chunk, like if it's a 20 marker, the bigger chunk will always be explaining what a specific ratio means. And that explanation has to do with the information provided in the question. A lot of students would just give general answers, like if this is a gross profit percentage, if this is the operating profit percentage, if this is the return on capital employed, they would just have their general answers. So those general answers actually makes you lose marks, okay? But if you make specific answers related to the information provided in the question, then you have the ability to earn extra marks, okay? And then you become the 80 plus student, the 90 plus student, and so on, okay? So this interpretation is critical. We have dedicated a specific live session to it, and we have some assignments related to it. So you will be very well prepared how to answer this one. Okay. Moving to the group accounts, there are some specific important workings which you must do well. The working should be very well laid out, well structured. So those would earn you easy marks because those are fixed things. Everyone knows how to deal with them. The goodwill working. I'm referring to those things because you've already studied them in the financial accounting. The goodwill, the retained earnings, the NCI. Okay. So these major workings are there, and then you have the format, and if you know the format well, you can earn your easy marks. Okay, so it's all about structure, it's all about organizing your answer well, and you can earn some really easy marks. Okay, so section C, we can master section C very well, and we can get maximum out of the 40 marks. Okay, so I hope we are going strong. I can take a pause, and if there are any questions or anything that you are uncomfortable about, you can let me know. So I hope this is like, I really do not want to get deep into this stuff because we have allocated a reasonable time to every aspect. Okay. Through the live session, through the question practice, a lot of content is available on site. So you do not have to worry about it. Okay. When you will start the study, you will feel that we have actually provided more than enough. Okay. And during the live session, we are going to provide you with more and more stuff, and your preparation is going to be easy. It's just you who has to utilize the resources at your disposal. I have like arranged all the whole site. I will discuss how to use the site, but first of all, let's get through with the these slides to look at the important aspects, and then we're going to discuss everything. Okay, so I believe you are comfortable. No questions so far. So let me just clear the drawings and move on to the next. Okay, here we go. So now the master challenges which are here, these are the main standards which are tested in the FR exam. You have the IFRS 18. This is the replacement of IAS 1. And now you have revised formats. They have introduced various categories in the statement of profit and loss. Okay, so we have explained this standard.
Okay, रिक्वेस्ट करो ताज को में बात है ना वो बोला आपके से बात करने के लिए
and then we have the other aspects, which is okay, the IFRS 15, something which is tested frequently in both the section A and section B. So because this is a normal now, the examiner really likes IFRS 15. It is considered an easier standard. But when you go through the mocks, the past papers, you will see that they have made some really tricky questions on that. Okay, so we will cover enough question practice for them so that you could understand. The next is the IAS 33. Now, IAS 33 is considered as a very difficult standard. Okay, it is not difficult at all. Honestly, if I tell you my own experience, when I passed my FR exam, I was a very, very poor student. And because what I lack was practice. I always, did the workings and move on to the next question. Okay. So the best tip that as a tutor that I can provide you is that you do not do a lot of questions. You do few questions, but you do them really well. When you do them well, like you do something for the first time, you get some understanding of it, but you do it again, you do the same thing again, you will start feeling the confidence. And if you do the same difficult thing the third time, you will start feeling confidence, you will start feeling that it is in your control. Okay, so this is a very important tip, that do not leave a question like 50-50. You understand a concept, you have some understanding, some things you know, some things you don't know, don't leave it. Try to conquer it, understand it properly, and then move on to the next one. Okay, so IAS 33 is a very simple standard, and it has some basic logics which you will be understanding through the lecture videos. We will discuss this standard in detail in the live session. You have the quizzes, and you will have a lot of question practice available. Okay, so this is an important standard. Okay, it can be tested in section A, section B, and also in section C. Okay, so you see why it is so important, because students perform really badly in this one. Okay, so that's why it is examiner's favorite. Okay, now moving to the assets. Now the assets are tested mainly through IS 16, along with, like, IS 16 is the main pillar of the building when it comes to assets. You see, every business has assets, and every business has to account for them, and every accounting exam will have IAS 16. That is for sure. Okay, you cannot take IAS 16 out of an accounting exam, okay, or a financial reporting exam. IAS 16 is so important. With IAS 16, you have IAS 40, the investment property. You have the IAS 38, the intangibles, and you have the IAS 36 impairment, because the assets get impaired. One of the type of the assets is intangibles, and your assets that you use for your business can be set aside as investment property. So this section is very critical. Okay, again, expect all these in all three sections of the exam. Okay, the assets part. Then comes the what you can say, the legends in financial reporting, is the IFRS 16 leases. Considered another very difficult standard. But again, we will look at all the aspects of this standard to master them. Okay, this will become easy. Then comes the IFRS 9 financial instruments. By name, it looks difficult, okay? But it has specific areas. We're going to categorize them, and we're going to address each and every one properly. We'll do the question practice. And once you're done with the practice, you will see that it was so easy. Okay, I will be doing live session for them. I will be doing specific questions for each aspect of the financial instrument. There are certain categories. So it will be easy. We when I was a student, we had very few tutors. We had very few institutions. There were no video lectures. So it was very hard. Okay, so I honestly had no idea of IFRS 9 when I was a student. I always think that this was, I don't know what it was. I was also very bad in IAS 33, and IAS 12 was always like this. So as moving towards the IAS 12. So, but I must say that as a tutor, now I feel that I have made it very easy for my students, and when they attend the sessions and when they watch the video content that is available, they should be grateful that during their time it is so easy. Okay, honestly. Now, IS 12, like the taxation, the temporary differences, and all those complications would be made very easy. We have designed things in a way that you just have to put things in a proper order, and you're just fine. Okay, so but this is also a very important standard. So IFRS 16, IFRS 9, IS 12. These are all major standards. If you look at IS 33, like these are the standards in which the examiner can really test a student. Okay, and we are going to provide you. Like if I just quickly go to this the FR page here, you can see how much material we have offered you. Okay, like since we're talking about these important ones, so this is just to see, like these are few demo lectures, some of the resources which are made available, some of the topics which are related to the initial paper FA. Some students are weak on those, so we have also provided a section to revise them. We have this conceptual framework explained. IFRS 18, the new standard. We have the explainer videos. We have the question practice. We have the notes. We have the quizzes for them. IFRS 15, all the steps explained, the notes, lots of question practice, quizzes, we have theory questions, we have numerical calculation questions separated. IFRS 16, same. Explainer videos, then the practice stage has all the practice, and then again the quizzes into theory and calculation. Investment property, you see the IFRS, the IS 16 and IS 40 are linked, same format. Then comes the intangibles, then comes the IS 36, some of the smaller standards, IS 37. These are also very well explained, lots of practice. Borrowing cost related to your IS 16, because we have to capitalize that cost. IS 10, another small standard, but we have covered it along with the question practice. IS 20, government grants related to your assets. Then comes the, a challenging one, IS 12. Again, all the aspects explained. Lots of question practice, and then quizzes. IS 2 and IS 41, IS 21. Like these standards are there, but they are not tested that frequently, but we have covered everything in detail. IS 8, another small standard, IFRS 5. Here comes the big IFRS 16. Okay, so I just want to show you like how much content is available. Every aspect is discussed in small videos, and then you have a lot of question practice, and on top of it you will have the additional support of the live sessions, and then some extra knowledge that will help you navigate through the challenges of FR. Then another monstrous one comes up, the IFRS 9. Various aspects, various types of financial instruments, how to deal with each financial instrument. Again, small videos to explain them, and then the question practice. Then comes the IAS 33, as I've just talked about it. Consolidations, the first section, the second section, and lots of question practice available here. Lots of section C style questions done for you. Your IAS 7, and then the interpretation, explanation, because you see the interpretation is tested mostly in section C. Consolidations are also tested in section C. So you see section C style practice here as well. Okay. And then we go to the, the individual financial statements. So again, the section C style practice. And we have a lot of extra content, okay, which will be hidden in the start. This will be replaced by the live session video. Every live session will be uploaded here on site, okay. So I hope this was just a, this show of how to use the site, okay. So you must watch the lecture videos, then do the question practice videos and attempt the quizzes, okay, before moving on to the next level. So it was important to show you how you can benefit from this. So this is, we have covered all the major areas, like IS 20 is also there. And then there is the group accounts, like the consolidated P&L, statement of financial position, associates, and the accounting ratio. So this is mainly related to your section C. So this is like what are the major challenges in FR exam. Now, how to overcome this one, okay? Now, here is this time management. I have talked some bits about it. You see, you have in total 180 minutes, okay? And you have 100 marks to attempt, okay? So how much time do you have? You have 180 minutes, the golden rule, okay? So you have 1.8 minutes, 180 minutes in total, and 1.8 minute per mark, okay? So this is so important because if you do not manage the time properly, you might not attempt the whole section C, and not attempting the whole section C means that you have only attempted 60%, okay? And then if you have only attempted 60%, then you're trying to get your pass 50% from the 60% attempted. So you make yourself in a very difficult situation, okay? So the time management is critical, making sure that you attempt the whole 100 marks. You have the 180 minutes. utilize those 180 minutes properly and plan. Okay. So, and the other thing, what is the quick win here? Make sure that you attempt section A and section B first. Okay. Because when you go for section C first, you tend to put yourself in a tricky area and you might waste a lot of time for that. So when you do so, what is going to happen? You will not be able to attempt the section A and B. Section A and B are MCQs. They will not take a lot of time. Okay, so you can quickly attempt the 60 marks. Then you're only left with 40 marks. Okay, so this time management, this strategy is the best. Okay, so manage your time to attempt the 100% exam. This is so important. A lot of students that do not achieve the pass mark, when you ask them, they say, I couldn't manage the time. That was the main problem. So it is very important that first of all, make sure that you attempt the 100% marks. Then if you have done, then it is easiest to secure your 50%. Okay. So, and the best way is to go for section A and section B first, and then you go for the section C. Okay. So I hope this bit of discussion is important and you have understood it well. Okay. I hope you understand the logic behind it, because time management is so important. You might know a lot of stuff, but if you haven't attempted the paper, it's of no use. How will the marker know that you are a very good student, you have done so much practice? Okay, so making sure managing time properly, finishing things in time, securing your 50% is the first goal. Then obviously you can go for securing high marks. So this is very important. That's why I have dedicated some time to it. So if I move on to the next one. Okay. Now, how much time do you have? You see, half of the March is already gone. So you have those 15 days from March. Then you have April. Then you have May. And in the first week of June, you will have your exam, probably on 3rd or on the 2nd. So you have these 2.5 months, and we have this VLS specific study planner. It's an app. That app is available on the site. You can have it available. You can install it, and you set your limits. Like, this is the time you have started, and this is the time you're going to appear. They will give you, all the content related to site. Okay, so they will give you a plan, how many videos you need to be watching, how much practice you must have done, and it's going to be very good. But let me just discuss the stuff that I have made available here to you. The first one, the golden rule: do not try to sit for long hours. Always take small breaks, 5 to 10 minutes break every hour to maintain concentration. My personal experience: do some exercise, maybe some push-ups, some sit-ups, but give yourself 5 to 10 minutes so you get refreshed. Okay, so you maintain your concentration. While planning your study, there are certain times which are unavailable. You are working somewhere, so you need to have a really practical plan. Block the unavailable days first. You cannot work on them. Okay, honestly. Okay, set realistic daily milestones, because once you set too optimistic goals, you might not achieve them, and that is going to demotivate you. So first of all, set realistic daily milestones. Do work every day, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, whatever you can manage in your, I know a lot of students are working. Okay, so I have to be practical. I do not expect you to, like, some students might be able to study 2 hours or 3 hours daily. That is going to be phenomenal. But realistically, a lot of you are working, and I expect you to at least touch something every day. You have videos like 10 minutes video, 15 minutes video, 20 minutes video. You could just quickly look at it, understand it, write while you watch the videos, and that's the best way. Okay, so you have to be realistic every day. Okay, got a question here. Well, that is amazing. If you could do that weekly, that is very good, and you could achieve really good score with this kind of time. Okay, I tell you, this is because you see, you're not reading books. We do not want you to read books. We have got everything explained by the expert tutors, so your study is very effective. Okay, I tell you, I did my SEMA back in 2012. I did my ACCA in 2006, and since then I'm teaching. I did my SEMA back in 2012. And while I started SEMA, I bought all the books and I was scared to see the books again. And back in those days, in 2012, the lecture videos started to come. And thanks to the lecture videos, I was able to do them easily. Okay. So this recorded content is amazing. Okay. Yeah, that's great. That is great. You should try to make sure that you should try to be organized. And, I tell you, if you do that, it is my guarantee that your score is going to be in the high 80s. It's a very realistic guarantee that I'm giving you, okay? Because it's really easy. The examiner has certain tricks to test you. And if you have practiced all of them, then you're in a very strong position. Okay. Now here, there has to be an audit. Okay, audit of your performance. Like you set a milestone, have you really achieved it? Review your plan weekly and adjust to stay on track. Okay, you always see, oh, I couldn't do this much today, I had to do this much. You try to do some extra next day, or you try to make up for the lost time on the weekends. But if you stay focused, you can be very successful. Okay, and this is not only about passing FR exam. This is about learning life skills. Okay, time management is important. Okay, don't waste your time. Time is precious. Okay, you will see when you become organized, you become focused, you will see you will start enjoying your work, you will start enjoying your study. Okay, build in extra study periods to consolidate learning after every few chapters. Okay, so what does this mean? Like when you have covered certain areas, try to see them as as a one big unit, and try to revise them. Okay, as we make progress to the next slides, you will see further guidelines that will help you make a proper plan, which is going to make success easy for you. Okay, so I hope this was easy to understand. I have been receiving the messages from students. That's very good. Okay, so let me just clear the drawings. I will also make these slides available to you, okay, so that you could use them and you can always plan better. Let's see what is the next thing. Okay, now here is the systematic sets of resources which we are providing to you. Okay, so first of all, we are providing you with the lecture videos. Okay, the most important thing that we are providing you is the lecture videos, which would help you understand the concepts easily. Don't go reading the books. Focus on your lecture videos. The lecture videos are comprehensive. The expert tutors have explained the concepts in detail. Okay, the content is based on BPP, and everything is covered very well. Okay, so if you're just again starting to look from the book, I would say you're actually wasting time. Okay, all the content is from the book, and it is explained by the tutor. Okay, so you need to use your time effectively. You can always go for the book reading if you want, when you do not understand something. Otherwise, it's all here covered in a very efficient way. Okay, then once you're done with the lecture videos, you understand the concept. Now you look for the question practice videos, like whatever you have understood. You see how all of that is solved in a question. Again, the expert tutor will have those questions explained. Okay, then once you're done with this one, the first one, the second one, then comes the quizzes. Okay, you attempt the quizzes. You're actually testing your understanding that you have developed through your lecture videos and through the question practice videos. Okay, so you just move on to the next chapter without doing the quizzes. That is half the job done, okay? Or you do not get confidence, or you do not know how well you understood the lecture videos or how well you know the questions, okay? So quizzes are critical. You do not get a good score in quiz, go back to your lecture videos, go back to your question practice videos, try to understand. Now is the time. You want to go for the book reading. If there is still any confusion, you always have my support. I will be providing you support on the WhatsApp. Like you see, just before we start the session, there was a question in the quiz. Now I will be answering that question after the orientation session. Okay, so I will try my best to answer your questions as soon as possible. Okay, then so quizzes are critical. These are really good quality questions which are going to test your understanding. And for quizzes, I must say that, you see, the students who perform well in our quizzes also perform well in the ACCA exams. Okay, so the quizzes are very important. You can actually gauge yourself by looking at the quizzes. Then after you cover a certain sets of topics, then comes the progress tests. Okay, so the progress test, like, you have done the IS 16, IS 36, IS 38, IS 20, IS 23, IS 40, all the standards related to assets, you have done them. Then there is a progress test that is going to be covering a set of standards. Okay, then another set of major standards, and then another progress test would come. Okay, and then we have the assignments. The assignments are linked with the live sessions. Okay, and here you see that these assignments are there to make you strong in dealing with the theoretical aspects, as I have explained. Now the employers, the firms are using AI, so the written bits are very important now. But the accountants are there. They are there to do the planning. They are there to do the interpretation. Okay, so the human element is now, as we make progress, mostly the human element would be required from the real understanding. So the assignments are there to make you strong in the theoretical aspects. You will see the examiner allocating a lot of marks to the theory questions. Okay, so for that, we have done it, and this has helped us improve our results. Okay, so this is what we are providing, and you see, this is a very good foolproof support which will help you secure really high marks. Okay, so as you see, I've already shown you the assignments are not shown here, like like on the site. The assignments will be shared with you when you do the live session. Okay, after the end of each live session, we're going to have this small discussion on the upcoming assignment. Okay, and attempting assignments is critical. The students who attempt assignments regularly, they get a chance to revise things, and that they get a chance to improve their writing skills. Okay, and your assignment should be your original work, not some AI generated, not some copy paste from your book. You do it wrong, but it should be your original work. You do it, you do a bad job first time, second time, third time, I will be there to correct it. But it should be your original work so that you improve. Okay, because you see, the AI is not going to be there in the exam. The book is not going to be there in the exam. So it's very important that you attempt the assignment on your own. Do a bad job, it's fine. I will give you the feedback. You will only get improved when you do a bad job. You do a bad job, then you look what were the gaps, you will improve them. Okay, so this should be your mindset. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. I hope we are going strong. Let's see, let me just clear the drawings first. Okay, next. Okay, now here are some common pitfalls, some common problems that the students have. And then we have, fixes for them. Okay, again, we have talked about the, not managing time properly, misapplying accounting standards, poor time management. For that, the most important thing is the practice. The more practice you do, the better able you will be for managing time properly in the exam. And always remember the 1.8-minute rule. You have 2 questions. You multiply that to 1.8. Okay, I've got a question here. Yes, the assignments will be notified to you in the WhatsApp group once the live session is concluded. While when I'm going to do the live session, after the end of each live session, I will be dedicating 10 to 5 minutes discussing the contents of the assignment. Okay, and then just when I'm done with my session, you will see the message in the group that the assignment is there. You can go to the site and attempt the assignment. Okay, so it's all aligned and programmed. You do not have to worry about it. Okay. Next one, losing easy professional marks. Now, here, there is a certain structure. As I have said you, like in section C, you have to follow a structure. You have to be organized. So you will earn your, it's about losing or earning extra marks or losing professional marks. If you are structured, if you're organized, you will earn extra marks, and then you will be in the higher tier, 80%, 90%. But if you are losing extra marks, then you will be struggling to secure the pass, because you see it is just between those 10 to 20 marks. If you lose them, you are in 48, 45. And if you earn those extra marks, you're in the 70s, 80s. Okay, so it's very important that you have a structured approach, and that is going to come through while you do the practice on the Excel, and you know the formats, you memorize them, how the reports are done, and so on. And the written bits are going to help you. Missing examiner expectations, the third major area. A student might be thinking that they are just good, they are doing well, but they are not doing what the examiner expect them to do. So for that, there are examiner reports, technical articles, which are also available on site. We have provided you with all the technical articles, so you should study them. I will also be sharing all the important articles related to each and every topic. Okay. Yes, is there a question? Okay, yes, there is. Let me see. Yes, again, the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group is going to be critical. Okay, like I will be there in the WhatsApp group. You can already see the ones who are already in the group. I am in the WhatsApp group. I will be notifying you. I will also be sending you reminders. Like now, there are 45 days left in the exam. There are 30 days left in the exam. There are 10 days left in the exam. So I will keep on pushing you people to study. Okay, so don't worry about it. So yeah, everything will be posted to the WhatsApp group, and you can contact me privately as well. You can also contact me on the group. If you post your questions on the group, that is going to help everyone. Yes. Yeah. Yes, you see, the recorded lectures. Yeah, I'm actually responding to the questions on the chat box. Yes, the live sessions are only there for question practice. They are your additional support. Your main learning comes from your video lectures. You must watch the video lectures. They are very small, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, that's it. Okay, so they are the main thing. In the live session, I'm not going to explain concepts. I'm going to do question practice. Obviously, while doing a question, I'm going to explain everything in detail, but I'm not going to explain the overall topic. Okay, so for that, you have to have the lecture videos. Your main resource for preparation are the lecture videos. You cannot leave them. Okay, lecture videos are critical, vital. Okay, so I hope I make myself clear here. Now we move to the forgetting older topics. Okay, you see this is a problem. Whenever you are making progress, you're studying one topic, you're studying the next topic, the third topic, you might think that you're actually forgetting some important topics. So while you study a topic and you feel that this topic was challenging, so you could actually mark it, and you could say, okay, I will also revisit it next week. Okay, I need to revisit it again. so that you do not forget about them. Okay, so some topics which are important must be discussed, must be studied frequently. This is very important. Okay, so this is another pitfall that the students do, and the suggestion is to revisit them again. Okay, so this was just the common pitfalls and the fixes. So as we make progress to the next one, let's clear the drawings. Okay, now here we go. Now what is the support that we are providing you? Okay, number one, like we have just discussed it, like there is going to be an active WhatsApp support. You see, this is, these days everyone is using WhatsApp all the time. Okay, so I will be available there to answer your questions, to share important information, and so this is very important for your enforcement. Weekly live sessions. Okay, so I will be conducting the live session. This is bonus practice. Okay, this is not the main thing. The main thing is your lecture videos. This is a bonus. This is your chance to get connected with me every week. Okay, obviously you have the WhatsApp and you will have the live sessions. And then you have the final push. We have this specific revision session, the 9-hour revision session. There are going to be 3 sessions, 3-hour session for revision every, like the 3 days that we're going to cover. So overall, it's going to be a comprehensive, intensive 9-hour revision session. Okay, and we're going to focus on the ACCA final mock. We have our own mock available on site. There are plenty of mocks available, like there is mock from BPP, there is mock from Vertex, there is mock from ACCA. The more you test yourself before the real exam, the greater are the chances to do well in the exam. Okay, like when my students do a lot of practice, a lot of mocks, they go to the real exam, it seems easy, it seems like it's all good, it's all in control. Okay, but when they haven't done the mock, they are going in the exam, so they will be dealing with the exam situation for the first time. Okay, so there is a good chance that you might panic, you might get anxious. So mocks, actually attempting mocks gives you a lot of confidence. So this was like what we are offering you. We've also discussed the assignments and the progress test and the quizzes. Okay, moving on to the next one. So here is like some of the confidence building thing, like how many students we have taught. Like it's 75,000 global students across 88 countries. Vertex has done well. The evidence is the Trustpilot rating. Trustpilot is the most reputed. You can just go to Trustpilot and see our feedback and the feedback of our competitors as well. Okay, so this is phenomenal, 4.8, and these past rates have been consistent because of our endless efforts for you people, and you will see and understand. Okay, so you can don't look at my slides, go to the Trustpilot right away and check it out. Okay, so that's one thing. Secondly, your all the video lectures are recorded by the top tutor, Sayyid Muhammad Ali, and I'm going to be doing the live sessions, the WhatsApp, and the feedback on the assignments. Okay, so this is just confidence building thing that you see, like a lot of students have been successful, and you could be like them. Okay, so as we move along, let's see the next slide. Okay, now your first attempt success. Okay, the blueprint is available to you. You have the IFRS applied here. First of all, you understand them, how the standards are applied. You have the time management strategy, the 1.8 minutes golden rule, and you have the support, the Vertex engine, and the methodology that I've explained. You first of all watch the lecture videos, watch the question practice videos, do the quizzes, then move on to the next level, and you always have the progress tests. Okay, so this constant appraisal of your performance is very important. Okay, so this is the blueprint, like the mapping of how you can attempt and pass your exam in the first attempt. Okay, if we move on, let's see, what do we have here? Yes, so your success story starts here. It's not about getting lucky, it's about making smart plan, consistent effort, and the Vertex uh, learning solutions toolkit. Okay, the predictable FR exam is ready to be conquered. Okay, as I told you, that the examiner has few tricks. If you master all those tricks, then it's not difficult. Okay, so now is the time for you to enroll with Vertex for this really good, exciting, challenging exam. Go to the site if you haven't enrolled already, vlstestonline.com. So moving on to the next one. This is now is the question and answer session. And let's see. Some of the questions have already been asked. The other ones, anyone who has any question can ask me. And I would just like to, before getting into this, I have developed this, the live session plan with you. Let me just share it with you. Like these are the live sessions. We are going to cover all those important areas. We are going to start. I will be sharing this document with you on the group as well. We are going to cover the IFRS 15 and others. Okay. So these are the few things. Fine. So I hope this is clear. We can start the question practice, rather the live session, question answer session. If you have any questions, you can let me know. So I'm waiting for your questions.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, like the live sessions which you are telling about, okay, I read dates which you just, uh, the thing is, notified beforehand which live sessions, which sections we are going to live session.
We haven't done any live session. And the live session are going to start next week. Okay. We
No,
haven't done any live
like
session.
in future, yeah, exactly. Exactly. When the live sessions are going to start, like we, like for revenue, the live sessions are going to get a start, or for PP, or
I cannot understand. Like you want to know the time of the live session or the notifications?
yeah, like suppose the live session are going to like suppose the first live session is going to start on the next Saturday.
Yes.
So do we get notified beforehand that the live session
Exactly.
that we are going to
Exactly.
cover?
Well in
Uh,
time.
uh,
Well in time. You will get all the details to join the live session. You will get the topics for the live session. Okay. And
yeah,
I
correct.
will also be giving you number of notifications like the ones that I've been giving you for the orientation session. Okay. So don't worry about it. Okay. I've got some more questions on
Okay.
this. Yes. Yes, you can ask me your question. I'm looking at your chat.
Second thing is, I gave the FR exam in December, but I scored 49.
Oh,
So the thing is, I'm preparing for FR and FM in this coming June attempt. So and I'm a working employee, so I'm only coming on like 10 p.m. after. So I'm only having this much time. So do I have to prepare for just one exam like FR or FM, or I can give both exams at one?
well, I would strongly recommend that the kind of time you have, you should go for one exam. Okay, like you should go for FR or the other one. As far as I am concerned, I can guarantee you my support for FR, but don't go for two. If you can allocate ample time, then you should go for both. But since you are working and you've told me that at what time you come back, and obviously you have other obligations, and so I would strongly recommend go for one. Okay, the practical advice would be go for one exam.
what's the minimum time? Like you said, ample time. What's the minimum time you're
Like
suggesting if I go
you
for?
see these like how much time can you allocate every day?
3.5 hours.
Well, if you can allocate 3.5 hours, you're good to go for 2. Okay, but those 3.5 hours should be quality time where you can cover the aspects. If you can cover them, because usually students find it difficult to give time every day. But if you can allocate 3 to 3.5 hours, then that's very good. That's ample time. You can go for 2 exams, okay? Because usually students do not study during the weekdays at all. Then this is not advisable to go for 2 exams, okay? So if you can study every day, that is best. Okay.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay. There's a question. How about the BPP book that VLS suggested? Yes. You see, the content on site that is available is based on BPP and ACCA. So BPP books are great, and a lot of students like to have the BPP book. They like to go for the reading. They like to do the exercises. So that's why we have provided the BPP book. Usually, it's all the pirated content available, but BPP has got nice platform where you can. It's just like your exam. You read the question, you can answer, you can select the answer. There are options available. It's just like the outlook that you get in ACCA exams. Okay, so that's why we recommend BPP. And but this is about getting satisfaction. A lot of students only get satisfied when they read something from the book, they attempt the questions. However, we have got everything based on BPP. But if you still want to go for BPP, we have provided it. You do not have to go for pirated versions, because the pirated version, some pages are, blurred or something like that. Some content is missing. So that's why it's always best to use the authentic content. So that's why we have offered the BPP. Okay. The live session will be every Saturday. Yeah, it's going to be every Saturday. Okay. Because on Sunday I have other classes. And so we have allocated Saturday. That was again based on students' choice. Okay. So Saturday was picked up for the live sessions. Obviously, every day you will have your WhatsApp.
Is it around the same time? 11 a.m. Well, sorry.
Yeah.
Is it around the same time?
It is just 30 minutes ahead of this time. Like it's going to be 7:30 UAE. Okay.
Okay. That's 11:50 on my end. Okay.
And how we can get consistency in our studies, especially for working. Yes, this is a very, very good question, very important question. Like, how can you have consistency in your studies, especially when you're a working professional? Yes, you see, for this you have to show maturity. You see, you need to understand that this is an important thing. Passing this exam, completing ACCA is critical. It will have a lot of benefits for you in your work. You will have a lot of credibility. You will have a lot of support when you complete your ACCA. So once you understand this thing, then you will be able to see like you should not be wasting time. You see, to be honest, I can be wasting my time. You can be wasting your time, in scrolling or in some, casual discussions or some other activities which are useless, which are not giving you much productivity. So you need to use time very carefully. Use whatever time you have, some time in the workplace, some time early in the morning. So it's very important to use time carefully. Okay. And make sure that you have something covered every day. Okay. So this is so important. So that's why consistency is key. Every day you should do something like one video, 2 videos, some question. You're working in your office, you have your laptop, you could just find 10 to 15 minutes extra. You could just do a small question, watch a video, something like that, but stay connected. Okay. It's like you have time and you like some game, you could just, whenever you get time, you start playing the game. So don't stop playing the game. Start doing the practice, learn something, but value your time. That the time that you spend here is going to give you a lot of leisure time later on. Okay. Because when you become successful, You do little and you get more done, you get more value, okay? Because the people who are sitting up there, like your bosses, they have less work and they earn more money. So if you do effort right now, you will be reaching the top easily, okay? So it's all about doing the right thing at the right time. Get done with your ACCA, get the promotions, get in the upper hierarchy of the organization, and get good money and do little work. Okay, so it's very important. Yes. Do we have more questions? You can always ask your questions to me on WhatsApp. We can always be connected. I always love having this connectivity with my students. And the best part is when they're studying and they struggle, and I'm always there to help, okay? I would be demotivated when I see less activity on the group. It gives me worrying sign that my students are not working. But when they're working and they're asking questions, I get this confidence that they're working. And obviously, if they're working, there's a good chance that they will be successful. Yes,
So
Deepak.
one small question.
Yes, please.
So one small question. Sir, one small question is, like I was doing the interpretation. The problem is, I understand the ratios. Okay, the ratios are having the formulas, so it's easy to calculate the ratios. But what about the explanation? How we are going to give the explanation related to those ratios?
That is the most important area. We must understand how to learn to give the answers and relate it to the information provided in the question, okay? Whenever there is a ratio, there is a pattern going on. The examiner has given you certain hints, okay? So you need to relate your answers with those hints, okay? And when we are going to attack the interpretation question, one of the live session is allocated to that. I will be explaining, I will have a question and I will be relating that question to the specific answer. I have this past paper question and I will explain how you can understand that, okay? But there is always a hint provided by the examiner in the information provided. You just have to relate to it, okay? And when we get through that, you will understand.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So students, I hope we are comfortable. So let's conclude the session here, and we will obviously be connected throughout this time period, and we will be making good progress, okay? But I must say, consistency is important, okay? So students, that is all from, yeah, sure. See you all next week. So it was, very, very nice discussing this important topic, this FR success, and we try to put things in practice. Okay. Yes, you're all welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take good care. That is all from my side.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Take good care.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.